to shine through and show the truth and will set you free. That you did not do whatever people are talking about.
He's Scott Sullivan. You're not. The motherfucker.
Scott Sullivan.
Scott Sullivan, no?
Oh.
It handsome. Handsome.
Damn, Scott Sullivan.
Shut up, bitch.
Show me a Scott for you.
Yo. Este es Scott Sullivan.
Se mira guapo.
Se mira guapo. Pero es
I went live just in time.
de porno.
Ay, pero entonces ¿quién lo mandó?
Cestos.
Nah, hay un montón de personas.
I think this one is from porn.
Ah, no, ese también es Scott Sullivan.
Yeah, there's a lot of Scott Sullivan.
Ese también es Scott Sullivan.
Yeah, that should be it.
Él es Scott Sullivan.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's funny.
Pero la persona que pregunta no es realmente Scott.
Es
No,
su
sí,
esposo,
ese
dijo.
Scott, sí, ese Scott.
So I'm just curious because apparently they're reading my tarot cards right now. I'm curious about this.
María
Estoy
Méndez.
emocionado porque
One of them was there would be rumors spread about me that are not true.
Preséntemelo.
Somebody mentioned something about that.
Scott, you might have a chance, Scott.
Okay,
Scott,
¿cómo
you
se
might
llamaba
have a
el
chance.
esposo de la otra chica?
The husband of Anissa is called. Can you guys remind me? I lost. Anissa, are you there in the chat? Can you guys remind me of the name? What was the name of Anissa's husband?
Honestly,
Ian what?
honestly,
Ian Joma,
fucking,
right? Ian Joma. Okay.
honestly, like Latina women love when you speak their language, and I know just enough of the language. I guarantee you, I couldn't act to this girl.
No, I-A-N. Ian.
Ian.
Ian. Joma.
Ian Joma.
Okay. Yeah.
Mensaje para Ian Joma.
Yeah. Latinos love Scott. That's true. Yo, can we get Scott in? Can we get Scott in the chat again? He's been quiet. Maybe he's fixing those legal issues. Damn. Good luck, Scott. Best of luck with the lawyering thing, with the gossips.
Okay, un mensaje para Ian Joma es la carta de
I spelled amigos wrong.
The card of the sun, Ian Joma. Sorry, go ahead.
La carta del sol, Ian, es la mejor.
Oh, okay, all right. So they've moved on to they've moved on to Ian. I'm curious about this.
Okay, so can I take it and show it to the camera? I'm gonna show it here. This is the card Ian Joma got.
Ian Joma.
Basically got a rare card. That's pretty cool. It's not shiny, but it's pretty cool because she said herself that this is the best card one can get.
The card was the justice. She said someone will slander you, but you will come on top, and all will be done through social media. I'm sure it will be. There's slander about me. There's slander about everyone
It's
constantly.
represented by the phoenix. So there might be something you have to do in order for people to love you back.
El Félix habla de una renovación, de una transformación.
See, I'm not big on the whole tarot thing. You know, I think at best it works, but we're not supposed to utilize it.
This is what she said, basically.
But at worst,
Like
it just
the phoenix,
it's
like the legend
not
of the
it's
phoenix,
made up. You know.
You have to be reborn. You have to abandon your old self, your old ways. They are clearly destroying you. Please abandon them. Become a better person. Be reborn, and have everyone love you.
I wanna see the rest of Ian's of iDubbbz's tarot reading. You know, that's why we're watching this right this second. I'm gonna do the official intro and be like, hey everybody, how we doing? And then read a little bit of the chat and do our thing. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But I wanna listen to the rest of Ian Joma's Ian J's iDubbbz. We're gonna listen to the rest of iDubbbz's tarot reading.
Understand. So yeah, okay, that was great. Thanks for coming to this bit, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the tarot readings. It was pretty cool. It was pretty interesting. So we're just gonna get ready to hop on the Super Bell and maybe a little announcement later tonight. But yeah, thanks a lot. Is there anything else you want to say to the public? ¿Algo más que quisiera decirle al público?
Es un placer para mí pues que hagan sus preguntas ahí en el chat y y poderles ayudar un poquito con un mensaje especial para ustedes en las cartas.
It is a pleasure, guys, to do these kinds of things for you. She loves reading the tarot. So, yeah, she is glad that you guys are here listening to her, seeking her advice through the cards.
I'm typing lyrics to a song in the chat.
That's nice.
I would assume this guy is looking through YouTube. I would assume he is. I don't know for sure though.
Okay, Scott. Okay, that's cool, Scott.
Hold on.
Come on, Maria W. Okay. Okay, I guess we can leave now.
They did my tarot reading on a Mexican fish tank, baby. On El Estanque. I thought that was funny.
Ethan Klein.
Yeah. It's not really Mexican. I think it's like El Salvadorian or something like that, you know. But that was funny. I just happened to start streaming at just the right time to catch the tail end of my tarot reading. Apparently, somebody is going to slander me, and it's going to be found out to be untrue. I'm going to beat the allegations, baby. I'm beating the allegations. That's what I'm doing. Plug him, man. Anyway, how we all doing today, everybody? I started typing the lyrics to Llevo al Cielo in the chat.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to see if they would see that and like fucking read it or something. Well, they wouldn't read it. They'd be like, oh, that's probably, you know.
Which part?
The beginning part, you know. Yo siempre la llevo al cielo, conmigo que me iba cada rato. El tránsito que vuelo porque yo. Wait, no. Is it? Fuck. I forget the last little bit of it. But anyway, how we all doing today, everybody? How we all doing today? All right. What's going on, Justin Romero? What's going on, Joe Rogers? Escape Ape M. Dot. What is going on? I want to say hello to as many people as I can. Zachary Vered, how's it going, man? Excuse me. As well as Zach. Showed X Ghoul, not the Space Ghoul, but X Ghoul. Showed you X Ghoul. Extreme. What's going on, David Hideo? What's going on, Zomer Jejre? Quite the name, Smart Moron, Il Goblino. And I'm pretty sure that's it. Bean. What is going on, Bean? How we doing today? How do you like it compared to Fish Tank? What's going on, Vinny Bob? I gotta be honest with you, I haven't watched too much of it. I think it's interesting to see. You know, I mean, the thing is, I don't speak Spanish that well. So I couldn't 100% like. I mean, honestly, like, you know, I mean, there's this, so I suppose that's good. But, you know, I can't speak Spanish that well. So I'm not doing a ton of watching when it comes to it, you know. Why is Canelo Alvarez a ginger? Says Bean. There's probably Irish roots somewhere. There's probably like an Irish ancestor of his. What a lot of people don't realize is that during the Mexican-American War, there was a group of Irish people who they were originally in America, but they decided to jump ship because they were being treated so poorly by you know, they were being treated so poorly by the American government, which, you know, at the time was Protestant. And because of that, they jumped ship. Bottom line, they formed what was known as St. Patrick's Brigade or San Patricio's Brigade. And I mean, I would assume not all of them got killed, you know, but there were a fair amount of them that got killed, whether in battle or if they got like captured. But yeah, that's kind of what like that kind of explains Canelo Alvarez, and he's actually talked a little bit about that. He said that like he thinks in like a grandfather or something may have been Irish. But yeah, just want to make sure I'm looking around and catching up with the chat. They say you have a legal issue, but you will deal with it, according to the tarot. Well, it's good to know that I will deal with it. Mexican Tank loves you, Scott, and hey, thanks for the love. Thanks for the love, Mexican Tank. I appreciate you guys, you know. Get in there, Scott. Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. I'm gonna fly to it was El Salvador, right? I'm gonna fly to El Salvador, and I'm going to I'm gonna be there to teach him karate or something. I don't know what. Man, the girl is a tarot reader, and they asked chat for names. Anissa was one, and you were the other. Oh man, that is pretty funny. Thank you guys for doing that little that fun little thing. That was pretty great. Now they're doing Ian. Yes, Scott. They have to fly you in, dude. I couldn't. You know, you should call into the show, Scott. I mean, if I'm able to call into the show, I don't know. Maybe I will, but also like I don't. You know, like um it's mostly just it's just fun, you know, but I don't know how like I would communicate with these people. I know that one of the I know that one of I believe he's a host. I could be wrong, but one of the guys is an English speaker. He speaks English, you know. I find that interesting. It works. Don't use it unless you need it, and even then, there are better, more ancient sources like I Ching. I don't know what I Ching is. You know, I'm a firm believer in if we were meant to use it, God would have told us that we can or that we should. I think that when it comes to Ouija boards, tarot cards, things like that, even like psychics, where it's like I'm getting a sign. You who here had a grandfather with an A in his name? You know, like even those people, it's like I don't necessarily think that like it's not like you're going straight to hell because you did that necessarily, but I think it's a gateway to much darker things at best. And you have to be, you know, you have to be very careful with it. You have to be very careful with it, and it's better for you to just not use it at all. I don't know if you guys can see. I mean, you can definitely see because I can see, but I got a sunburn and then some. Yesterday, I was at a park. There was this festival that I went to, and I forgot sunscreen. So I got tons of color, although it's harder to see on my arms. But it's like up here, and like it's awful because like if I wipe away sweat, it hurts. You know, it's so annoying. He's really responsive to the chat. It's in El Salvador. Yes. Interesting. Hope they do other people we know, dude. That would be great. I've been watching Mexitank all day, says Escape Ape. That's interesting, you know. I mean, like me personally, I'm the kind of guy who I want to see people come together, and not everybody is like that. You know, I'm not what you would call a very closed off person. In terms of like being willing to work together on things, it would be nice to see. It would be nice to see some kind of working relationship between Jet and Ben and these guys. It would be nice to see that. What that relationship would look like, I don't know. You know, that beats me. You know, but it would be nice. It would be nice, man. Anyway, a lot of Hispanics who look white or Asian. Yeah, and that's because a lot of Hispanics have some kind of like native in them. They have some kind of American Indian in them. And the American Indians crossed the Bering Land Bridge from Asia. So that's why the American Indians look the way they do, you know? Yeah, Scott go to El Salvador. Idubbbz was also one. He got the card of the Phoenix and said he must abandon his old ways and be reborn. It makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Justin Romero says the host speaks English. The Hasmith 99. Fuck, Mary, kill Sarah, Phoenix, Maria. My wife all 3 times, including the K. I Ching, the Book of Changes, all those hexagrams and weird shit. Yeah. You see, I think that look, I'm not a scholar on like the Apocrypha. I'm not a scholar on the Bible or anything like that. I know a little bit here and there, but my understanding of the covenant that was handed down to the people of Israel, you know, not the modern day Israel, of course, the Israel, you know, of past times, the Israelites, if you want to call them that, right? it was also offered in some way, shape, or form to everybody, but everybody except the Israelites denied it. That is my understanding. It could be wrong. It could be very wrong. But, and what ended up happening is when God chose his people, all these other groups of people, they were just worshiping not just false gods, but like literal demons and stuff like that. Again, like I'm not doing a good job of explaining it, you know. But like again, that's because I'm not exactly someone you want to go to for like knowledge on what is canon and what is apocryphal and what is like, you know, the explanation for this. And oh well, why didn't God just go down to the people who worship Baal and say, hey, you know, that guy's an idiot. You should worship me instead. That's my understanding of it, and it could be wrong, you know. But like what I'm trying to say is these are things that exist because God allowed them to exist, but they are not inherently for us. They are for whatever purpose those things fit into in God's plan, and they weren't meant for us to be used. And that's why in those other religions and things like that, you have situations like that where you have like on the extreme end, you have like baby sacrifice, and then on the lighter end, I guess you could say, you have tarot, you have Ouija boards, you have eating some weird leaves and blah, 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 you know, eyes roll back, you're speaking in tongues, Oracle of Delphi type stuff. You know, where it at best it is something that you are not supposed to be using, but it does work. If it makes sense what I'm trying to say, you know. Egypt was actually in America the whole time. Look it up. That's fake. History isn't real. We was pharaohs. We was pharaohs, Bonjour Skeet. What's going on with your head, Scott? Oh, dude. I already explained it, but I got a sunburn and it's kind of annoying. But let me pull some stuff up because we're supposed to be doing something specific today. We're supposed to be doing something specific. We're doing a specific thing. Oh man. Look at that. Look at that. I gotta pull up my. There it is. I gotta pull up because somebody sent me a whole cache of stuff, and I have to pull it up. I also have to pull something else up as well. Why? All right, whatever. These are not necessarily. Somebody sent me. Ooh, actually, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna save that image. Somebody sent me some stuff, and I was taking a look at it, but it's not necessarily stuff that I wanted to. Actually, that's not bad either. That's not bad either. All right, we'll get this one out of the way first. But Scotty Rockers, let's go. Says Codally. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for being here. The reason why the Hughes exist is so that they can screw up the historical timeline so badly, so that Jesus is forced to come back. I don't know. I don't know. Is that the case? Is that really how it goes? I don't know. We'll go ahead. We'll take a look at the first one. All right. This is my favorite. This is my favorite right out the gate, and I forget that it exists until somebody sends it to me. But that's just great. This was from one of the Sam Hyde After Darks, the Shad episodes. I was on a couple of these. They were a short-lived live stream series, if you will. that was mainly organized, to my understanding, by Alex Schultz. And this was like a dating show type thing. I remember literally, I'm sitting at home. I got my feet up on my bed, like I'm sitting in my chair, feet up on my bed. I'm like eating lunch. I think I had like Five Guys. I'm just like stuffing my face full of Five Guys. And I get a text, and I'm like, "Who's that?" "Oh shit, it's Sam." He's like, "Yo, what are you up to?" And I was like, "Nothing right now," choking down a burger. And he's like, "Yo, we got something coming up in like a half hour. Well, you should come down here." And I was like, "All right." And that's how I ended up on this. Just randomly got a text. This is where I met Blicky for the first time too. She's a chill girl, and these are her glasses. Actually, I stole her glasses from her. But yeah. Anyway, figure I'll go ahead and check that out. But sorry, I'm trying to we have all these pictures. And if you want to send me more, go ahead and send me more. But I know there's edits of me. There's been edits that I've seen. People send me things from time to time. Contrary to what some people believe, no, I am not a 4chan guy. I'm not a 4chaner. I don't only bad people hang out on 4chan. Only hackers and bad guys hang out on 4chan. I stay away from there. /B is the worst place on the internet. But yeah, I don't use 4chan. I don't pay attention to like any of the boards that have like a fish tank thread on them. I did for like a couple of weeks during season 2, but people hated me, so I got tired of seeing hate, so I stopped. And then I did a little bit for Blood Games last year, again just out of curiosity. But like I don't frequent the boards, so I'm not gonna get this stuff. I'm not gonna see this stuff unless you send it to me. So you should definitely send it to me if you want me to take a look at it. Now, of course, it's got to be safe for work. All right, it's got to be safe for work. You can either tag me in it. Man, you can either tag me in it or you can send me in the DM. All right, either way. Bill Swatson says, Scotty Rocker's in the house tonight. Yes, sir. Everyone's going to have a good time. Everybody just have a good time. I Ching predates all biblical thought and belief, especially other forms of divination. I threw coins as Yarrow a decade ago and got Force. Moving into Field was such a strange result. I never touched it again. I don't even know what the hell that is. I couldn't tell you. Scott looking like he parted the Red Sea and forgot to wear his head wrap. That's pretty much what happened. I'm going to have to spend an afternoon firing up the free Indian web version of Photoshop and cook up some Scott memes. Dude, definitely do it. And show them to me after, I appreciate all the love from everybody all the time. Like, for real. Thank you so much, everybody who, like makes edits of me and like, sends them to me and just does funny stuff. Even if it's like I've seen... Excuse me, I'm burping up my dinner here. I've seen the gay edits. All right, I've seen the leather daddy edits. Those are hilarious too. Even if they're probably made by people who are like, oh, I want to like piss Scott off. It's like it really doesn't piss me off. I think it's funny. If it's funny, it's funny. I can laugh at myself a little bit. But anyway, so here we are. So first one, we have old Scott, and like I'm really nervous that I'm gonna look like that when I'm older. I saw this one earlier, not like earlier, but like I have seen this one before. It makes me nervous that I'm actually gonna look like this when I'm older. I really hope. I hope that my hairline doesn't recede any more than it already has. I'm hoping and praying, I don't think my hair is gonna go gray. Well, actually, no, I have gray hair already. I have a gray hair here. I got me a gray hair here and there. Anyway, but yeah, it's crazy the age progression. That's insane. This one's a little confusing. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be. It's definitely trippy. It's like like if you try to look in between the eyes, it's like it's I mean, I'm sure it was made purposefully to be like that, you know. Um, Terry A. Scott Davis. Oh man, rest in peace, Terry. Rest in peace, Terry. I have a buddy who always kind of reminded me of Terry Davis. You know, he's not a paranoid schizophrenic or anything like that, but just he's got a certain chaotic energy to him that I kind of like. You know, shout out to Alk. Shout out to Ramon Rivera. Anyway, yes. I don't just the way it's me, like that's pretty great. But like I'm scared to ask about this. Like I know that's cryo. I'm pretty sure that's cryo. That's got to be cryo. But then the cat, I'm really scared. I'm really scared to ask about this one. Ah, yes. I just whoever made the first one of this, whoever made the first one of these, the use of me turned around like that was like that was peak. That was absolute peak. That was fantastic. This up. Oh man. Oh. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this one because you know fucking that's unfortunate that happened, you know. Is what it is though. Again, another cryo. That's oh, I like the one tier. I like the one tier right there. That's a good one. Rape Escape Master says Bill Swatson undefeated. Undefeated. We have another this one's like that one except even more. And then this one's a GIF. A GIF. I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of like it a little bit. I like the I like the colors, especially the pink on it, like that pinkish purple. You see? This looks like an ad you'd see on Best Gore. This actually, yeah, it really does. It almost looks like there's a flash of some. Yeah, there was a flash of something too. I don't know exactly what it was. I don't know if I can stop this thing. Oh yeah, you know what? I would have to wait for it. Oh man. Damn. You see, like I feel like you used to be able to click and drag and it would pause on whatever, but I don't know if that's happening. I don't know what's there. I wish I could stop this. I wish I knew how to stop it. But I just don't. You know, I don't know what's on there. It seems like some kind of creepypasta thing though. It seems like some kind of creepypasta thing. That's a Death Grips mixtape cover. Is that? Oh, you're saying that this is like it would be. This was I remember seeing this from the PS5, the Death Stranding guy. I remember he made that on the PS5 Give Send Go. I remember seeing this. That was interesting. This I feel like may have also been PS5 Death Stranding. I feel like it might be. I could be wrong. Excuse me. I could be wrong on that. But geez, I feel like that one was loud. I feel like I was like I like this picture though. It's nice. Those are some of my favorite pictures from Blood games as well, because like you spend all day out in the sun with especially me. Like I had all black. I had black pants, black shoes, black leather coat, black hat, even sunglasses, and I like there were times where I just had nothing to do, so I'd just like lounge. I'd be like, whatever, and I knew that that would be funny. Seeing that guy just like fucking lay down, just like sprawled out on a table, or not a table, not a chair, like one of those beach chair things. So I was like, whatever, fuck it. And people made tons of edits of me. I remember seeing one where I was Cage, and I was like laying on a pool floaty thing in the middle of a pool. That one was funny. I don't think, no, that one is not here, but we have another one. Which is pretty cool. Here, I'm not sure what this is. I'm not too. Maybe this is Death Stranding 2, and this right here is from the It's from the workout stream that I did a couple of months ago. I remember. I think it was like in May. I went to my parents' house because my dad has a bit of a setup in his basement, and I hit the bag and everything like that. That's where this is from. That's why I'm all sweaty and fucked up and shit like that. Oh, Holy Ginger says Wheezy. I did just come from church, actually. Funny enough, I did come from church. Recently, I came from church a little over a few hours ago. Like a little over 2 hours ago. It was nice. So, moving on, we have again another like. I wish I could talk more about this, but I've never played Death Stranding before. And then, like, I guess there's Death Stranding 2. I've never played either of them. I've heard of them, but I haven't, like, really heard from them like that. Heard about them. Like, I don't know anything, you know? I don't know anything about them. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe we should do a deep dive on Death Stranding. You know, just so we can get it all figured out. Again, I would assume this is another Death Stranding one. Although from some of these, I almost get like a Fallout 4 kind of feel. I don't know if that's just a coincidence, but it almost reminds me of Fallout 4 to a certain degree. Like these, especially like this, it has like an institution feel to it. This does too, you know, like institute feel, like the Commonwealth Institute. It kind of has that feel to it. You know, here we got the baby. Here. I am both the baby and the I don't know what this is. It's funny because I can remember what these pictures are from. This is me with either Airsoft Fatty or Frank. I believe it's Airsoft Fatty. This is me and Airsoft Fatty during season 1. And this is one of, and if not, it is my first video ever on this channel, which was talking about judo. It's funny that I can remember where these are from, even though I haven't seen this picture in a long time, or this video's thumbnail in a long time. It's funny. It's funny about that. Too many post-apocalyptic games. Yeah, they all kind of bleed into each other, I guess, as time goes on. Is Death Stranding actually good? I've heard that it's mad boring and sucks, and I've also heard it's one of the greatest games of all time. You know, I'm sure there's tons of people who feel that way about tons of games. Wife go with you? Yeah. My wife, my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is the one who was like, no, we got to go to church, and I was like, yeah, we do. We definitely do. You know, I'm actually going to a Brazilian church, believe it or not. It's not like explicitly a Brazilian church, but it's a Catholic church that has services in Portuguese because there is such a large amount of Brazilians in the area. And not only am I using it to get back into church in general, but in addition to that, it's also helping me with my Portuguese. It's nice. It's nice to be around that so that I can actually like finally become fluent in it. Shrek the Third. Yo, Scott, did you see Maria from Mexico Tank read your tarot cards? They were pretty good. Yeah, I started streaming like in the middle of that. Like I think she drew like 2 cards for me, and I saw her draw the second one. That was pretty funny. That was pretty decent timing. That was fun. You know, I like that. It was a good time. It was a good time. You know, yeah. It was cool. again, Death Stranding. I have no idea what this is, but I like it. I like this little guy. With the way games are today, this is probably some kind of deadly, like, oh, isn't he so cute? And then it turns out he, like, grows to, like, 10 times his size and he's got sharp-ass teeth kind of thing. But don't you just love the fleshy little guy? The little lump. We have, again, you know, it's Death Stranding. I want to react to each of these, you know? And some of these are funny in the context of like, what the hell am I doing there? I get it. You know, I don't want to dissect the frog too much, but this is the it's shit like this. Like when people send me that, like don't get me wrong. I appreciate when people are like, you know, making stuff like this, but when it's like this absurd, it's when somebody DMs me something like that, I'm just like, holy fuck, man. You know? I love the hell out of shit like this. Who's making all these Death Stranding memes of you? Beats me. Probably the dude who did the Death Stranding Give Send Go. Death Stranding, bro. Imagining you in every scene he plays. Probably. Mexican Jet said us. Really? Did he say us? That's pretty funny. If anybody has any speaking of sending me stuff, if anybody has any clips of Mexican Fish Tank talking about me or like, you know, doing anything like that, I would appreciate sending it my way, you know, because that's also pretty funny, and I also like when Latinas are talking about me. It's really nice. I like it a lot. I like when Latinas notice me. Anyway, does the main character in DS2 have any back support? I don't know. I would hope so. Shrek the Third says he did just for you. Well, tell Mexican Jet I said hello and thank you, sir. Thank you, and I hope his project goes well. Is Mexican Fish Tank happening now? Yeah, it is. I was watching it. You know what? I should I want to I want to see if I can watch the whole of the whatever it's called. The whole of the tarot thing. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go here. But yeah, apparently they're on YouTube. I don't know if they're on their own site or anything like that. You know, Scott, is your wife Mexican? Nah, my wife is Brazilian. She likes reggaeton though. So that's like basically the same thing. It's like the same thing. You know. Who doesn't smile? Who doesn't you come back with a wife who doesn't smile in her wedding photos. Wait, what? I'm confused about something. Damn. Wait, Bonjour Skeet said something. I'm trying to figure out all this shit, you know? I just want to see the giant Jesus statue and then dip out. I don't care about anything else. Yeah, that's in Rio de Janeiro, I think it's in there. Christ the Redeemer is the statue. Yes, it is in Rio de Janeiro. Indeed it is. Yeah, that'd be cool to see Christ the Redeemer, though. It definitely would be. There we go. If I was better at survival, it would be fun to go deep into the Amazon jungle, but fuck no, I ain't finna do that. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. I'm all set with that. I hope they get the Ralpha mail on Latino Tank. That'd be huge. That would be pretty funny. Brazilians are way nicer than Mexicans. Yeah, Brazilians as a people are very warm. Sometimes a little too warm, sometimes a little too easygoing. Like there is a certain innocence would not be the word. Youthfulness, there's a certain youthfulness to them on a cultural level, or childishness. There's a certain childishness to them on a cultural level, and I don't actually mean that as an insult. What I mean is they are youthful in the way that they act, in the way that they interact, in the way that they are with each other, you know? And it can be really nice to be around until you need to get something done, and it needs to be done right the first time, you know? I love hanging out with my wife and her family. I don't mind being around other Brazilians and things like that, but like the worst thing ever is when it's like, hey, my car broke down, I need it fixed. And your Brazilian friend is like, oh, it's all right, I got you. Don't you worry, I will take care of it. I know about cars. And then he looks at your car and he fucks it up and he's like, oh, yeah, there was something wrong with it that I did not think would happen, and I put the thing in wrong, and but you know, you should take it to a mechanic. Like that's literally the type of shit you will get into with like Brazilians. That's what happens like with them. You know, it happened with me. It literally happened with me. You know, fucking, I get into a car crash in late January, and I decide I'm gonna fix it myself. Fucking, and I had my brother-in-law have his friend take care of it for me. The guy took forever to do it in the first place, and then he ordered wrong parts that he didn't know about until he brought the parts to my place to take care of the car, because that's the first time he opened the box instead of checking it prior to, so that he would know, okay, I have what I need. He gets there and he's like, oh shit, this is the wrong patch. I have to go get the right patch. It will be till next week. And then in that week's time, it's been like a month and a half now that I've been waiting for this guy to do my fucking car. And then that extra week is just enough time for my car to get towed out of the place that I was living at. Like that, like Brazilians are really great until it comes time for you to be like, okay, like I need the job done the right way the first time, quickly, right now. And then it's like, oh fuck. You know, it's like, oh man, you know. I asked if you had ever been to Brazil, and then that started a discussion about Brazil. No, I haven't been to Brazil yet. You know, I haven't been to Brazil yet. I think Sam calls it childlike wonder. There is a certain childlike wonder that they do have, you know. And like I think it's a good thing overall, but there are bad things about it. Just like how in America we're very down to earth and we're very like, hey, like let's do this and do it right the first time, you know. Like in America and European nations, and I think this probably has at least a little bit of something to do with the weather. Because if you go down south in the United States, you see this kind of fall off a little bit. But in Massachusetts, if you waste somebody's time, you are a piece of shit. Like in Massachusetts, if you waste someone's time, it's like fucking throw yourself off a bridge. Like that's the way people feel about you. If you're one of those guys who's like, oh yeah, dude, I'll help you out. I gotta connect. And then like a week later, the guy's like, yo, did you check in? And you're like, nah, not yet. Or like, oh yeah, it didn't work out. Or like some other shit like that. Like, oh, I was doing it, but it got worse. Like, that is like take a long walk off a short pier, you know? Like climb to a tall building and take up Turkish cliff diving or whatever, right? You get what I'm saying. That's just not something that you do. It's like really fucked up to do that to somebody. But like, as nice as it is to get the job done right the first time, and as good as it is to do it that way because you spend less time on stupid bullshit and you can get on with your life, it does create a culture of being uptight. You're very uptight all the time. You're always behind schedule, even when you're on schedule. You know, there's always some semblance of that. The flip side of that is that Brazilian, like, oh, hey, dude, relax. It's all good. Hey, it's all good. Don't you worry. And, like, you can either be uptight and on time, or you can be like relaxed and like everything is just behind schedule, you know. You see, I'm butchering the explanation here. I'm butchering the explanation. The bottom line is, like, I think that, and that's something that I had to get used to with, like, my, you know, living with my wife and other Brazilians, is like they're just a little bit slower, not like intellect slower, but just they take it a little bit easier. They're not in as much of a rush. They aren't that concerned with whether or not it gets done right the first time. I'm not saying they don't care completely. It's just like, if it doesn't get right the first time, they just kind of, if it doesn't get done right the first time, they just throw their hands up like, yeah, whatever, and then they just like take care of it later, you know? And like that can be frustrating as the gringo who grew up in a culture where you got shit done right the first time, and if you didn't, you were a fucking idiot and a waste of space, and stop breathing my air, get the hell out of my fucking face. Like, as someone who grew up in that culture, I'm very blah blah. I'm very accustomed to it. I'm very attuned to it, and because of that, when some shit like that happens, sometimes I blow a gasket, you know. I was saying fucking awful things when my car got towed because they took so fucking long that the tow company was like, that car hasn't moved in a month. We're towing that thing, you know? Like, I was saying some like horrible things, you know? But that's the thing though too, right? Like, you have that culture that I came from, the uptight, get it done on time, the right way, the first time culture. And the positive with that is that, like, you don't have to deal with problems that fester because you're going to take care of all those problems, you know? But it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. I'm losing the plot here. I'm losing the plot, and I'm also itchy as fuck. I don't know if it's the sunburn specifically or not, but like I've broken out in hives. I think it's also partially that I'm always like forearms on my desk, you know, and it's probably some kind of irritation, you know. Island time, yes. Like it's not just island time, it's like south of the equator time. It's tropical time, if anything, you know. That's what Brazilians are on, is island time. You know, they don't care because it's just whatever. Who gives a fuck, you know? It's like structural incompetence, exactly, and it's accepted. Yes, Zachary, you know? Yes. Closer to the Chinese concept of chabu duo, or that something is done well enough. Their work ethic. Yeah, you know. Anyway, Smart Moron says Columbine Scott. That is insane. That is insane. Brasil número campeão do mundo. Yeah, duh. Man, that's one of my favorites so far, though. I am I took a quick look at this earlier because I saw girl in bikini. I'll just be honest with you. Girl in bikini caught my eye, so I clicked. You know, I don't know who this is specifically. It looks like some Asian chick. But is that that's the new Kojima game, right? Is that Death Stranding? Is this another Death Stranding edit? Am I playing Death Stranding in this right now in the bitch tank with my Magnum condoms for my Magnum dong and my pizza rolls? I haven't had pizza rolls in a long time. I should definitely get some soon. It's like when you see those pictures from the third world countries where the telephone poles have excess wire, and instead of clipping it, they just roll it up. Yeah, you know. And we have another. We've seen this one before, but the person made me smile in both of them. I think that I kind of like this one better. I think that one's better for that reason. This. It's is there some kind of is there some kind of reference here, or is this just me in a Hawaiian shirt, black and white? I'm curious if there's a I'm curious if there's a backstory to this. Tell me if there's a let me know if there's a backstory to this one. And this, oh man. It's funny because I'm way too small, so it almost looks like I just popped up behind there. You know? This the more I look at the arms, it's just that. Oh man, that's wild, bro. That is absolutely wild. The excess wires on the phone poles is a pretty good, quick way of assessing a country's broader socioeconomic situation. Yeah. Usually that is because somebody is stealing electricity. Like that's how the favelas are. They steal everything, like in terms of like electricity, running water, things like that. They get it off the grid. Another Death Stranding one. Man, is it crazy that I'm looking at myself here thinking, man, I wish when I was that skinny. I miss when I was that skinny, man. You know, I'm bigger than that now. I'm like 30 pounds bigger than where I was now. You know, granted, some of it is muscle. Like my arms are bigger, my shoulders are a little bigger, my pecs are a little bigger, and it's because I started lifting weights a couple of months ago. So that's all well and good, but I look at me from back then and I'm like, man, I gotta get back down there. I'm curious who this is. I'm curious who this is supposed to be. Usually we just use broken windows theory, but that works in some cases. What do you mean by broken windows theory, Zachary Barrett? Is that the thing leftists say where it's like, well, actually, when you riot, you create jobs because someone's gonna have to come clean it up, and they're gonna have to replace the window. So actually, breaking a window or like rioting is actually good for the economy. Is that what broken window theory is? Because I've heard that before. Ah, yes. Just a man alone in solitude. In solitude. What's going on, Dylan Hill? This isn't Mount Everest, right? I know this is real. This appears to be real anyway. This isn't the tip of Everest, right? Pretty sure the tip of Everest has snow on it. Visible signs of disorder and minor crime in a neighborhood can create an environment that encourages more serious crime. Just a sociological tenet. Ah, okay, yeah. No, yeah. I could see that being true because it's a situation where people feel like they can get away with it, where it's like, okay, so somebody broke the window and they didn't get in trouble. What happens if I was to like enter into the building after I broke the window? Well, I got in here and, nothing happened. So why don't I steal from this building? So on and so forth, etc., etc. Scott's training for blood games. I was training for blood games. Not just training for blood games. I was trying to lose weight so that hopefully either late this year or early to mid next year, I could finally get that one pro fight that I want to have in. But like there was a piece of me that was like, yo, I don't want to be mad out of shape for blood games. I want to be like I want to look good in the cage shit, I need a PS5. Me too, dickhead. This is I can't tell if this is the same picture just flipped vertically, Not vertically, horizontally, excuse me. Or if this is like another picture of me from the same day that they took. I feel like it's I'm pretty sure this is just the same picture. I like this though. This is the I think you're like an idiot or something like that, and then I don't think about you at all. I'm pretty sure that's what the original one is. Mr. Andy Cretin. I like the one that came out after Get Out. I don't remember what it's called, but it's got like a freak family. What are you talking about? Like a Jordan Peele movie or something like that? The idea is if you see a building with no broken windows, subconsciously you think someone owns it. As soon as there's one broken window or trash sitting next to the building on the sidewalk, it means you can do whatever you want to the building. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense too. You know. Zachary's talking about something. Having a hard time finding it though. Well, we march on. This is Kojima, right? And then Norman Reedus or something like that. This is who that is. He was in the Boondock Saints, which was like honestly not that good of a movie. It's like some dude, like the dude you knew from high school in not even Boston, but like a town that surrounds Boston, like a town that's like 30 to 45 minutes outside of the city, starts writing a movie one day, and you're like, dude, this is gonna suck. This guy sucks. And somehow this dude some way, he was able to make it into a major motion picture with fucking Willem Dafoe and then like an early Norman Reedus. And then there was like maybe one or two other people in there that it was kind of like, oh, that's kind of a big deal that this guy's in this movie. It's just funny. Whenever I see this dude, I'm just like, man, this is one of those guys who used to say that dumbass prayer, you know, when he's about to kick in a door or something like that. It was made in a time where Boston was being gentrified. Like every Boston movie that's come out is like, okay, so here's the Boston movie, but the thing is like, there's no tough whites in Boston anymore. There's none, you know. It's all yuppies. They live in the North End, or they live in Southie, but like a nice part of Southie. It's like college kids from around the nation. You know, they come here and they shit up the place, and they get beat up by people from Dorchester and Mattapan. You know, it's just funny to see. But this is a pretty good one. This must be from a stream, because I don't think I would have ever taken a picture like that. I'm not a smile for pictures guy. You know, I'm not a smile for pictures guy. That's not my thing. Death Stranding 2 on the beach, June 26th, 2025. I'll have to play Death Stranding and Death Stranding 2 at some point if it's on Steam, that is. Lady Ballers was the greatest movie of all time until the Minecraft movie came out. I'm going to have to agree with that, Bonjour Skeet. 11 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. I saw Boondock Saints once, and that was enough. Yeah. The Boondock Saints is a once and that's enough movie, for sure. You know, that way you can at least say you saw it, so that any fucking idiot who like when there's someone who like I saw a meme a while ago where like it was this dude sitting in the driver's seat of a car, and it's like a soy jack kind of guy, like one of those Reddit soy jack type dudes, like specifically one that was meant to represent like a Redditor specifically, you know. And he did the whole thing, you know. And the caption was, you've never been to Dave and Buster's? We gotta go right now. It was like that, like some stupid shit. Like at the very least, watch it once, so that when one of those guys is like, dude, this is just like the Boondock Saints, you can at least be like, yeah, it is, isn't it? And then walk away from the guy instead of being like, yeah, I wouldn't know. I haven't seen that movie. And he's like, what? You've never seen the Boondock Saints, dude? What? But dude, you gotta watch it, dude. It's got music by the Dropkick Murphys in it. I don't even know if it does. It wouldn't surprise me if it does. In fact, you know what? Let's figure that out. Let's figure that out. Boondock Saints Dropkick Murphys. The Dropkick Murphys is the worst Boston band. Of course they would end up. Of course they would. Of course they would become like the preeminent like punk band from Massachusetts and specifically Boston. Of course they would, you know. Anyway, the term Boondock Saints refers to a film series, while Dropkick Murphys is a Celtic punk band. I hate that they call it that too, Celtic punk. It's like, fuck, man, shut up. The two are connected through the use of Dropkick Murphys music in the Boondock Saints films. Okay, yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay, all right. I will say "Time to Go" is a good song though by the Dropkick Murphys. It is a good high energy Boston Bruins fight song, you know. But like these guys they fucking suck, dude. I can't stand them. They're just trash, you know. You're what? Yes, this is exactly what I was talking about. This shit from Blood Games. I love the hell out of these edits. These are my favorites. They're so well done too. Like this is very well done. Oh no, I was laying on this chair. Okay. For some reason I was like, oh, I was put on that chair. I was edited onto the chair, but no, I was on that chair the whole time. I remember now. You should check out Sinners. It's got superhero pacing, but it's meant to be Kino. It's highly rated, but I give it like an 82 out of 100. What's it about specifically? Who Killed Spiky Jacket is best Boston punk band. I might have to check him out. Yo, the thing that sucks about Boston punk bands is that they all like, whether they're good or bad, they're all like annoying. You know, they're like literally they're Green Day tier in the way that their punk rock is like they're Green Day tier punk rock. A lot of them, you know. And that's a product of FSU controlling the scene, if you will, you know. Actually to be fair, right? It's when I say they're Green Day tier punk, I don't mean like they are like they're making songs like American Idiot or like they're releasing albums like Dookie or anything like that. That's not what I mean. What I mean is like it's hey, we're punk rock. We don't care about the establishment. We say what we feel like, but don't you ever question whether or not Barack Obama is a good president. You know, like that type of shit. Like they would sell out if there was a chance for them to make money. And that's not even necessarily the problem. It's like, who doesn't want more money? But what I mean by that is like they're primed for it, because in order to sell out, they wouldn't have to say anything that they don't already say in the first place. If it makes sense what I'm saying, you know? It's just like it's just heavier Green Day attitude shit, you know. Heavier Green Day is how I would describe it. Like there's so few bands that have come out of Boston that have been like any good, you know. Sam Hyde should have hired 50 Indians to ruin the set of the Boondock Saints. That would have been good. That would have been good. Dress like Cage and watch a few vampire movies. That'd be good. I would listen to rock music, but there isn't enough Chinese American representation in the scene. Yeah, like interracial relationship and a guitar that summons spirits and undead for no apparent reason. What? Fucking. there's a few conversations happening in chat right now at the same time, so I'm having a hard time like catching up with them. You know, it's like Blood for Blood, right? That's like the FSU band, you know. Um, like politically or just like socially, it's just rap and punk rock are very similar. And Sam has talked about this before, right? I like rap, I like punk rock. But they're very similar in that you can basically take everything now that people think has some kind of like nuance to it, or there's some aspect of it that is like, whoa, really hardcore, really edgy, and all that shit. And you can trace it, like you can follow the roots back to, I say, a hip hop, a hippie to the hip hip hop, and you don't stop the rock, like it all goes back to that, which is just kind of fucking weird and lame. You know? It all goes back to like the Ramones, which like the Ramones are like an okay band, but it all goes back to just oh, let's go. Oh. It all goes back to that. So when you have some guy who like his thing is like, oh dude, fuck the world. Fuck the world. I hate everybody. It's like, imagine him saying that. Imagine the lyrics to this song being set to the Ramones' Blitzkrieg Bop. I hate everyone. I hate everyone. I hate everyone. The world really sucks. I was born in a trailer park. Like it's just like it's lame and it's cheesy and it's stupid, you know? And at the very least, there's some bands like RAC bands, they break away from that to a certain extent. And not all RAC is good. There's a lot of really bad RAC there, but they at least break away from just being like the newest iteration, the heavier iteration of a Ramones cover band, by having a message that is genuinely like subversive. It's not like, oh dude, the world sucks, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I feel like. And you know what? Refugees welcome. Refugees welcome. We're punk rock. Everybody agrees with us, including McDonald's and Amazon and Tesla. Like, at the very least, they break away from that, you know? And it's like, I'm having a hard time explaining my feelings about the subject. I just felt a little weird saying that, like, Blood for Blood is Green Day. You know, because, like, it's not, but I know what I mean by that. You know? Where it's like Blood for Blood guys definitely were listening to Green Day back in the day. Like, whoa, dude, this is really good. This is, like, really punk rock, dude. And then they found some other shit that was probably inspired from one degree to another by, like, a Green Day type band, or, like, a band that was peers with Green Day or something like that. If you know what I'm saying, you know, if you know what I'm saying by that. I disagree with that. Modern rap comes from Southern rap, and Southern rap kind of has a few different origins, but mostly come from house music. Well, that's the thing though, is you can talk about like, oh well, Southern rap combined house music with this and that and this and that, and like I understand what you're saying, you know. West Coast hip hop was very much inspired by like funk from the 70s and stuff like that, you know. That's why you get some of the sounds you do. Dr. Dre was heavily inspired by funk, and a lot of other guys out there, you know, independent of Dr. Dre, were inspired by funk. I mean, they called it G-funk for a while, you know. I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, if it has somebody who is not singing on it but instead is talking rhythmically, I think it can all be traced back to Sugar Hill Gang, you know, or like another like lame, like weird, like just like it's a party trick, you know. Speaking about rap specifically, it's a party trick, is what it is. It's something. It's like doing magic. It's like it's cool for about 5 minutes, probably less, and your friends and the girl that you're trying to impress, they might be like, whoa, for just long enough that they forget you're a loser, you know? And your friends are like, wow, dude, this is my guy. And the girl that you're trying to impress is like, oh my gosh, let's fuck in the bathroom. You might have that, right? But at the end of the day, after that threshold, it's just like, all right, man, we get it. You can rhyme. Congratulations, man. Good job. We moved on. We're talking about anything other than what you can do right now. So why don't you just like get with the program here, you know? Like that's how it ends up being. And I think punk rock, you could even say something a little bit similar to that, because I mean, punk rock grew from people at parties like, hey, we want entertainment, like fucking let's do something here. You know, like these punk rock shows were more like parties at that point, you know, in the early days. But Scott Sullivan featuring Christ Dillinger and Lil B. Hell yeah, bro. You got bars, Scott. I wrote a song once. I will never share it with you guys. You know, it was for a project. I'll say that. It was for a project. But I will never share it with you guys because I know it's not good. The point of it wasn't to be the best thing you ever heard. The point of it was to be something that we could put out, me and this project, so that hopefully somebody else would hear it and they would actually write some good stuff, you know? But yeah. Excuse me. Man. You ever see the Rage Against the Machine concert where they were telling people to get the COVID vaccine? It was insane. It was a couple of years ago. Yeah, oh yeah, of course. You know, of course. No surprise there. It's been known. It's been known for decades that Rage Against the Machine. Look, like Gen X was the materialist, not dematerial, I'm trying to think of the antonym for materialism or materialist, you know? But like Gen X was a generation that was known for being like anti-establishment, anti-materialism, anti-trying, you know, just hey man, just like I don't want to be a part of the rat race, man. Like they were known for being that, which the boomers were known for being too, but they were known for being it in a different way. But the Gen Xers specifically were especially fake with it. It was one of the first generations of people who were like posers in that way. You know, yeah, fuck it, I'll say it. It's one of the first generations of people who really were like majorly just rich kids who were dressing as punks. You know, that's really what it was. There's a lot of people who were like really well off that they wore flannel shirts and Timbs or combat boots, and maybe they had ripped jeans, maybe they had Jinkos, whatever it was, you know. They were like probably the most notorious generation for doing that kind of thing, where it's like at the very least with the hippies, you had somebody who they were like traveling the country in a bus, like panhandling to try and get around and stuff like that. It's like even if you had rich parents, it's like, well, it's not like you had cell phones, so you can't get in touch with daddy every time you feel like it. And then in addition to that, like you're literally traveling the country begging for change, panhandling, busking is what they call it, playing music for money, for gas money and food money. It's like there's almost a certain respect that you have to have for that, where it's like, okay, fine, you got rich parents, but like you literally went from California to New Jersey and back over the course of like a year or two, just like with no job, living on your own, no help. Like there's almost a certain amount of respect you can have for that with the boomer generation. But with Gen Xers, it was like, no, I'm just going to hang around and pretend that I don't have a good job. And pretend that I don't have rich parents and pretend that we're not entering into a decade of prosperity where the country's going to be doing very well economically and stuff like that. That's what the Gen Xers did, and because of that, it's like it's just so ridiculous, you know. I feel like you would kill it in the mumble rap scene, Scott. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, and the reason why I was explaining all that is because I was explaining the deal with Rage Against the Machine, you know. Those guys were losers. They were always pretending as though they were punk rockers and things like that. They put out some decent songs, not the best songs you've ever heard. You know, no one points to Rage Against the Machine as one of the best acts of all time anymore. Have you ever noticed that? When it, like people are not upset that you put on Rage Against the Machine, but you also don't tend to hear people like, dude, let's listen to some Rage Against the Machine, man. It's like this. It's not. You don't hear that anymore, you know. And I don't think that's a coincidence. You would literally hear somebody be like, dude, let's listen to Metallica before you'd have Rage Against the Machine. E Boy, E Scott, E Sullivan, E MMA. I don't know what this thing's supposed to be. Looks kind of familiar though. It almost looks like a watch or something like that. Man, trying to look at my face here is trippy, which again is the point. I'm sure. I like this one though. I like this one. This is one of my. This was from a fight poster, I believe. I'm pretty sure this was from a fight poster. Is where the original thing was from. Oh boy. Good times on that Vegas trip. Boy, that sure was fun. I'm glad I made it out for that. I didn't actually go with them. I just happened to be in Vegas at the time. And I happened to bump into them, you know. I just happened to be in Vegas at the time, just happened to bump into them, so I took this quick picture with my good friend Ben. My good pal Ben. Rape review. Had to do it to him. Yeah. I felt a little bit bad for Jimmy because he had been lied to by a lot of people. So I was like, whatever, I'll teach him something. I'll teach him how to pass the guard. I'll teach him some basic Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Is this a 1 or a 7 out of 10? I can't tell. I think that's supposed to be a 7. I would assume that's a 7. Speaking of Rage Against the Machine, there's a cover band called Brass Against that's all trumpets and shit, and the female lead singer pissed into an audience member's mouth on stage. That is just fucking... Like, that's another thing about punk rock is like, it's all just like sexual fetish shit a lot of the time. A lot of it's like sexual fetish shit. But then you also like there's nothing anti-establishment about pissing in someone's face or their mouth or something like that. And that's something that punk rockers have that's just like ridiculous, you know, is that it's like punk rockers tend to be broken people who are just absolute reprobates that the world would be better off without, that mask their shitty behavior behind like being anti-establishment and you know, caring about what's right and what's good and all that other stuff. And oh man, the Republicans, they don't care. They're all only about big business, man. Dude, have you ever read Noam Chomsky? You know, that one's a blast from the past. Even modern punks probably aren't reading Noam Chomsky. But like, it's literally just people who want to be degenerate, who think that they can take their degeneracy and make it political a lot of the time. And that's not anti-establishment. That's just fucking weird and gross, you know? And again, that's why I kind of look at RAC the way that I would look at punk rock if punk rockers were not lame. Because like RAC, what are they? Well, they're anti-establishment, that's for sure. Not all their shit's that great, and I don't agree with every message from every RAC song, right? But they are anti-establishment. They're so anti-establishment that you could not hear their shit played on the radio, and not just because it's like they're screaming or like the sound's too heavy or something like that. It's literally that like they talk about like communism being bad, you know? And because of that, you will not hear them on the radio, even if the song is not like super 1488, you know? Even if it's just pure like, hey, like fuck commies, fuck communists. You can have literal communists like Rage Against the Machine. Even if they're just performative commies, you know, they're still talking about communism. You can have them on the radio. It doesn't matter. But you can't have Kick the Reds In by White Law. You can't have Kick 'em in the Head by Better Dead Than Red. You can't have them on the radio. No, sir. Not even for a second. Like, that is anti-establishment. That is like, it's anti-establishment, and it's not just like, hey, let's fuck with people for the sake of it because I'm mad that my daddy said no to me once, you know? Nope. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this thing flying? Oh, man. Oh, damn. Yo, he's all messed up. Excuse me. So, like, what is the deal with Death Stranding? I'm curious about it. I'm curious and I'm confused about it. I don't know what the deal with it is supposed to be. Yes. This looks like another Death Stranding one, but I think it's this has to be fuck, man. This has to be a recent stream because I swear I remember doing this as a joke recently. Hidalgo says she's kind of hot though. At least who are you talking about? I cringed when Jimmy told you I had 12 years of MMA training. Yeah. Like I said, I think Jimmy was lied to is the issue. Death Stranding is an artsy walking simulator made by Kojima. Ah, okay, I see. So there isn't a whole lot of fighting, it seems like. It's fun as a beginner, but as you get better, it becomes less fun because you rely on looking at the antenna of the Google car instead on guessing based on vegetation. I would assume you're probably talking about GeoGuessr or something, right? Right, Bonjour Skeet, I would guess. Could be wrong. Pat Tillman, Red Chomsky, look at where that got him. Pat Tillman, damn, I know that name. Is he like an Army Ranger or something like that? Is he one of those like celebrity Army Rangers or celebrity like Special Forces guys? It's just a man alone in solitude, pondering, considering even. Thinking. Sorry, just looking around at the chatterino here. Tonight's the night, and it's gonna happen again and again. Again, like is like I almost assume every one of these is a Death Stranding one. Brendan Dillinger says football player, talking about Pat Tillman. Was hold on, let me look this up just to be sure. Pat Tillman. Is that the dude that died in Friendly Fire? Yes. Yes, indeed. He's the guy who died in that Friendly Fire situation. It is very unfortunate. Rest in peace, pal. We're after this. Oh, look, it's Greg. Hey there. Anyway, I'm going to after we're done with oh, we got one more. Literally one more. After we're done with this last one, I'm going to watch the entirety of the tarot reading. I'm curious about how that goes. Scott, I was talking to this cracked out nurse with balding eyebrows and red marks where they once were, waiting in line at the post office, and I had a hard time not staring at them while talking. Fortunately, she kept cocking her head back like some freak, so it just looked like I was staring at her normally. Ah, okay. All right. Excuse me. Anyway. All right, so the last one in this post IMG post image, I would assume, gallery is trophy earned, greatest of great deliverers. Take this, dickhead. Wow, thanks, dickhead. Now I can play Death Stranding too. Keep on keeping on. Oh man. Oh man. This was definitely made by somebody who watches my shit. Because that's something I know I've said that type of shit plenty of times. Legend of Legends. And then it's got me at the Scotty Rockers store, the PlayStation store. This one's kind of nuanced a little bit. Me on the motorcycle. Man, that's pretty great. That is pretty great. I've got a dick for a head, asshole, says Brendan Dillinger. Oh man. I don't know why people I've been thinking about that for a while because I've seen I just realized. Oh man. It's literally the Scotty Rocker. It is the Scotty Rocker right here. Fuck. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like why I've been thinking about it for a while. Why did people latch on to me calling John a dickhead? Was like there just something about the timing of it? Was there something that made people angry about it, or did people laugh about it, or was it the tone? I'm just curious about it. That Miku one was great. Yes, there was a Hatsune Miku one. I don't really know that much about Hatsune Miku. I'm not an anime guy, but that is a name that I recognize. You know, Hatsune Miku. I remember there was Domino's. Domino's like partnered, or they like featured Hatsune Miku in one of their things, and the Domino's like CEO kept saying like, "This is Domino's with Hatsune Miku." It's like, holy fuck, man. Yeah, I can't find your MMA matches on YouTube anymore. I don't know, maybe they got taken down, but you know, I'll look around for them. No, I actually have a phallus for a head, says Brendan Dillinger. Interesting. So you truly are a dickhead. No, they're here. Huh. There's two different angles of my most recent fight in 2019. I still can't believe that. I remember this day was crazy because I was the second fight. The first fight ended pretty early within like the first round or two. So I went out there and I did my thing. Unfortunately, you know, it just didn't work out. And I was able to get home in time to still play D&D with my boys. We had a memorial service in game for a buddy of ours that died. I remember this dude. He took some pills and he drank some alcohol, not to kill himself specifically, but he was just kind of playing that game, you know. And he just didn't wake up, and you know, I still remember. I leave. I go home. I got some Wendy's, and I sat down and I did my thing with my boys, and man, it's been a long time, dude. It's been a long time. I want to have one fight, you know, one pro fight at least. You know, maybe we'll see how I do in that first one, and if I'm feeling it, maybe I'll do a second one. But I'm not trying to make a career out of it. I have time. I could make a career out of it if I really tried to, but I just don't want to try to, is the bottom line. But like, I do want to have another fight or two, specifically pro fights, you know, and you know, I can't wait. You know, I can't wait. Fuck, I've had this tickle in my throat all day. Excuse me. Oh yeah, we have to All right, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. All right, we're gonna watch a little bit of El Estanque to see my tarot reading. All right. Kickboxer or MMA pro fights. I'd rather them be MMA or boxing if I can. I mean, I have a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I'd like to be able to use it a little bit, you know? That'd be nice. I haven't had an MMA fight in 10 years, you know? Actually, no. It will be 10 years in August. 10 years in August. Excuse me. But yeah, I'd like for it to be an MMA fight, you know?
Tenemos ambos.
We.
We are a question. Tienen hormigas.
We have AMS.
We need to talk to you. We have a question about us. If we are together, are you enjoy it or are you get hungry or what?
I think this girl's cute.
What? You can.
You know, are they all Salvadorian? They look like they would be Salvadorian, but I don't know. You know, I would assume like they probably. Yeah, I think she's pretty cute. Look at this face right here. Look at this fucking face right here. Anyway, I'm curious if they're all Salvadorian or if like they pulled from all these other Latin American countries.
Tell us about the speakers. You can comment and
TTS.
know what's going on, why you refresh us a lot. So tell us. I really like Sarah, so we need to know.
I will like Sarah. What is her name Sarah?
Algo que decir.
Sí, que sería como un poco más fácil que nos dijeran si es como castigo o una forma de como impedimento. Oye, porque fue
Dude, like one thing about South America is they don't do carpet. Under no circumstances do they do carpet. I don't even think they do hardwood a lot of the time. They do like they just do fucking like tile, and it's so weird. The idea of having tile in my room is like nah, I want a carpet. I have hardwood in my room right now, and that's only acceptable because I'm living in an apartment. So it's like, all right, whatever, you know, but like I want carpet in my room. It's nice to put your feet down on carpet, you know? See, this is the chick who does the tarot, so that's why I'm like, okay, let's, you know.
Fans. Ya te van a matar.
Wait, is this where everybody's sleeping? Here it is. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is about where it should start up. Man, what it like Latinas and shit like that, they just can't help but dress like this constantly. It's insane. Like my wife is not like that, and that's something I appreciate about her is that she dresses modestly. But like you have like and this girl's pretty, don't get me wrong. She looks good, but it's like, man, like can't you just wear like even just like a dress, you know? Instead it's got to be a glorified bra.
Pues bien, por ratos, un poquito bajada porque como...
¿Por qué?
No, porque como que en la tarde como que me aburrí un rato porque
ok.
después de las actividades que llevan bastante adrenalina como que le da el bajón a uno.
¿Y no has tenido ganas como de irte o decir ya me quiero ir o...?
Pues no, la verdad que no, porque ya vine ahora, no aguanta más.
¿Y no tenés ganas como de sacar a alguien?
Yo creo que todo el mundo.
Ya tienes, si tuvieras que elegir a alguien hoy para sacar, ya supieras de quién sacar.
I do kind of want to skip ahead to where
Si quieres...
¿Qué te gustaría hacer? No, pero...
A ver. Ok. Chat. Va a estar reading the cards for my future economic future me. Ok.
Okay.
Así que vamos a...
okay, so it's oh wait.
Yo creo que sí tienes alguna enamorada. Pero...
¿Yo?
Sí, y no me quiero preguntar.
Yo no.
Yeah.
A ver, ya hay una dinámica dentro del... Lo respeto cartas.
So yeah, they're doing
Como de relaciones amorosas o de pareja, y la verdad que depende de lo que
yeah,
preguntes.
they're doing this guy right here right now. So
O contratos que no son como permanentes, sino que hay cosas de certidumbre en el
Ok.
aspecto de la situación.
Ok. Yo
skip a lot until the guy with the blue shirt shows up. Ah, okay, David Hideo.
Tal vez
I would assume it's this dude with the blue shirt who's supposed to show. I wonder what Salvadorian pizza tastes like. Oh, would you look at that? They got the punching bag there. This guy can't jump rope for shit. Okay, alright. Here we go, here we go.
Yes, please. Go for the camera.
Scott, why is your wife on Brazilian fish tank?
It's going to be short.
This is just one of my wives.
You pull one card or two, and then you read the fortune, right?
okay.
Tú lees la fortuna, son un par de cartas.
Gold Striker's been Mexican this whole time, says Blunt and Capri Suns. May as well have been.
María, cuando tiras las cartas así, tú les vas dando vueltas, ¿cómo es?
Pues ahorita la estaba ordenando porque cuando le lee a alguien te queda con esa energía.
Ah, ok.
Entonces realmente que si quieres como pasar de esa energía y seguir a otra, lo ideal es como
Ok.
volverlas a ordenar.
Pero yo he visto que ponen así un montón y van levantando.
Es que lo puedes hacer
Ah,
porque
también es un
depende del
método.
tipo de lectura.
Ah.
Si ya te hago una lectura personalizada, te puedo hacer... Lo utilizan bastante porque es como los factores que...
Wait, what?
Tu pasado inmediato,
Past Celtic club life, the Celtic cross is used quite a bit because of it's like seeing your immediate past. Oh boy.
Interesting. Para poder tener engagement, una breve lectura. Para poder tener engagement.
El chat. Que el chat ponga, ok.
Chat, yeah.
Y ahorita está transmitiendo. Sí.
Y ya pidió gente que quiera...
Am I being a misanthrope if I think there is no reason we're supposed to like this? If nothing is being subverted, it's just lads hanging out. I mean, you might excuse me. You know, you might feel that way, you know, but there's other people who might just enjoy like watching it. You know, there's something for everybody out there. I can understand, and I mean the thing is like, for one thing, I don't know how this guy feels about the whole thing. I don't know what challenges he may have in mind. I don't know what the deal is, but this only started like literally on Friday. I was at the beach. And I'm looking around on Twitter and like I see people posting about this, you know, and I'm like, oh, all right, what the hell is this, you know? Like me personally, like I'm not that interested in watching it just for the simple fact that like I can't understand what they're saying, even if they have a translation thing, a translator right here. It's like I'm just not that interested. But I could see how somebody might be interested in seeing what goes down, when and how. You know, this is only day 3 apparently. Exactly. You know, it's gonna start slow.
Que le lean.
Sí, tenemos
I want to know if the red.
We're just waiting on the cameraman. We're just waiting on the duende.
I want to know if the red hoodie guy is Latino Ben or Chris Lynch. I think it's probably Ben Lynch.
The phone is auto-correcting the names. Do not worry.
Pero sí necesitas nombre completo, ¿verdad?
Por lo menos el primer, si quiere ver el nombre completo es ideal, pero si no, por lo menos el primer nombre.
Yeah, I'm not watching this either, but I find it funny they're name dropping fish tank people in Anissa Joma. Yeah, like the only reason I'm like, hey, like the only reason I'm watching this right now is because they literally named me. Like people in chat memed my name into the show. So it's like, all right, haha, that's funny. Let's take a look at the whole tarot thing.
Okay.
You guys.
What?
You guys are trouble. You guys are
What?
trouble. I'm wagging my finger.
¿Quién? ¿Quién es el
You
problema?
guys are trouble. No, estos chicos son problemas.
Bien, mira si está bien la cámara. No sabía si desconectar la blanca.
Here he is.
Apúnteselo ahí. Point towards her. Let me
They
check.
got the fucking FX3.
Okay, so automatic person, do not do it like this. Do not cut their hair or their head because it looks either you want to frame her right.
La lata que está allá es un pescado.
Que te lo comas.
What are they arguing?
Pero lo dice.
They're already arguing day 3. That's how you know it's really Latino tank. People are getting pissed off at each other right away.
Bien dinámicas, después sentí como el bajón de energía, pero ya, ¿y ahora qué hacemos? Y sí, hay momentos que te puedes como aburrir porque pues, las cosas no van fluyendo igual, pero vamos en el día 3, yo sí lo he sentido lento, porque siento que tengo como ya el mes acá.
The guy in the red hoodie is gonna pull up a nice photo of you and say your name. Yeah. Nah, I tuned in for that part. I just want to see the first part of this, you know?
Sus mejores
Okay, so what you're saying is that you like more activity, like more things.
Cuando te emocionas mucho, eres más tranquila. En el momento, soy honesta, yo sentí que, yo lo sé, después no era ya la plan, y yo sentí
Then tell Benjamin on me. Now it's just I'm just being only if he's that hurt. We are the important, but there's no medallion. Ready? Is that pronunciation correct?
Patoin.
Is that patoin?
Elora,
Patoin.
patoin.
Is that pronunciation?
What?
Elora, patoin.
Patoin.
¿Especial o cualquier mensaje? Alora.
I think anything would be anything.
Porque
Here it is.
Preciosa por
That means never did.
que se te da el significado.
Are going. Can I not about this? I don't know how to take
What?
this. It is not a pretty picture. I'm not gonna lie, but the deck wanted to talk. So beyond the meaning, this picture speaks volumes. Continue, please.
Ok, esta carta para Elora podría significar que está pasando por un momento donde se siente un poquito juzgada. Un poquito juzgada, quizás si se fijan es la Inquisición. Entonces mucha gente quizás la esté como acusando, la tenga como en el ojo del huracán por algo que dijiste, por algo que hiciste. Pero
I don't know if
estas-
this is
estas
mine or
cosas
not.
te están haciendo cambiar, darle otro giro a tu camino, o quizás pues estás teniendo discusiones con personas que te pueden servir, agarrar algo bueno, pero es temporal. Son discusiones temporales y te seguís y te quedas con ella y seguís adelante y después la cosa vuelve a estar bien.
Okay, so Laura, she said basically that a lot of people are thinking about you. They're giving like a lot of thought on what you're doing, your actions. So you might feel judged.
This does look like an El
might feel
Chapo
judged, you might
hostage holding
feel
area beef of the taco.
persecuted, but you have to keep going. The card is the Inquisition, so ignore them, just keep going.
Sí.
By the way,
Sí, porque o sea, es algo temporal porque en la rueda de la fortuna quiere decir que en la vida estás bien.
You should do a reading for Tupac or Epstein. Hell yeah.
so it's just a cycle, Laura. You're gonna be fine, then
Laura?
you're gonna be bad, and you're gonna be fine, and you're gonna be bad again, and that's
Ahora, firme para que no le dé problemas en
fine. You could end up careful. So chance, do you see the following present WC?
Así se llama la
Posible a través del tarot.
B-
Ver esas
BWC.
iniciales, porque like speaking
Lilith, mujer,
to do with a woman.
y como Lilith, que es una mujer rebelde, es una mujer ya un poco, podría ser en algunos casos madura, pero por lo general la reina de bastos tiene malas intenciones.
So the card has a bad augury. This is a bad omen, so to speak.
Es una mujer fuerte que probablemente sea pesada y sea una persona que no le importa llevarse
I got like
Here, she's a go-getter.
porque abajo
Pause.
Porque pones
Okay. That's. We're
If I
now
don't find it in
doing,
a second, I'm just gonna move on. I'll probably play some oh, Anissa Joma. Yeah, so
We are doing Anissa Joma. That's okay. It's only we're only doing 4 people. We're doing this fast. We're now.
oh no, Anissa Joma. Ah, okay. They did Ian Joma after that. I don't even call them iDubbbz anymore. Is the funny thing. You just call them.
So might be dreams. I mean, hiding behind your. That's something else for her, for Anissa.
All right, so this should be me then. This should be me.
Sullivan.
Okay, we'll do him next. Scott
Scott
Sullivan.
Sullivan.
We'll do him next. We'll do him next.
Oh man, that's hilarious, bro. You see, you
We'll do him next.
you see that you see that smile, dude. You see that smile? She's smitten. She's smitten. She hears my name. She's like, oh, he sounds handsome. He sounds like a handsome man. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Está entre pensando si quiere o no quiere, si puede confiar o no en ella, o aparte, si no es un caballero, puede ser alguien, puede ser una mujer también, pero que su actitud es un poco fuerte y que piense si quizás si Anissa está diciendo la verdad, si se merece algo o no, y ella no le está notando a su alrededor.
Okay, so there is some. Let me get it right. O sea que hay un hombre alrededor de la vida de Anissa que no está seguro.
Es que le salió la carta de la luna, ¿verdad? Que hay varias cosas ocultas a su alrededor, ya tenía algunos sueños un poco horny, y que tiene como estas pesadillas entre sueños mojados, problemas para dormir. Entonces, le agrego que quizás eso tenga que ver con un caballero de copas.
Okay. So the wet dreams might be because of.
Wait. The what? Wait, what? Huh? One sec. Did he say something about wet dreams? Wait a second. He was also a bit grumpy at some age and had these kinds of nightmares between wet dreams, trouble sleeping. I've never had a wet dream in my life. Hold on though.
Okay. So the wet dreams might be because of a gentleman who.
Este hombre está como analizando si Anissa se merece o no que él se involucre sentimentalmente.
A man who is still on the edge. This man doesn't know if he should commit to Anissa, if he should commit to you.
Oh, this is okay, all right, okay, all right. This is still Anissa. They're still doing Anissa, it sounds like.
Así va como entre veremos si quiero o no, si confío o no en ti.
Okay, an indecisive person with a strong aura. You should check that out. Sounds
No. She was talking about Anissa.
weird. Okay. That's crazy. The cards speak. It's denims. Okay, guys, come on. Now let's go for the boys. We will do Scott Sullivan.
You see, it wasn't me. It wasn't me, okay?
Yeah.
Un mensaje para Scott Sullivan, ojalá que te salga un mensaje.
See, look at that. Look at that. You can just see in her eyes. She's like, I like that name. I like that name. It's a nice name. Sounds like a handsome boy.
Scott Sullivan, and then she's asking if you can do his husband. His husband is Ian Joma. Can we do Ian Joma first?
Joma, otra
Ian,
vez.
es el esposo. Ella pregunta si podemos hacer al esposo.
Can't wait for the boxing. Are they doing boxing?
Ahorita quién era, perdón que me confundí.
Se llama
Ahorita, perdón, Scott.
Scott
Sullivan.
Sullivan.
Scott Sullivan.
It's like those island nations where American pilots fly through one time 80 years ago and the locals think it's some kind of god. Yeah.
Whatever you are, Scott Sullivan, we will deliver a message for you.
Ok, me sale para Scott la carta de la justicia.
Oh, hold up.
for Scott, the card of justice.
La carta de la justicia pues habla de trámites legales. Si él no se dedica, si él no es abogado, puede ser que esté pasando por algún tipo de trámite donde necesite un abogado.
Okay.
And
So, this
I don't engage with them unless I'm a lawyer. Well, I'm not a lawyer, so that works.
card indicates that you may be going
An organ.
through a phase where you will need a good lawyer. You will need a good lawyer.
Si no es abogado él,
If you're not a lawyer yourself, it is recommended that you get one.
yes. Pero la carta de la justicia para él acá está positiva porque quiere decir que si está teniendo algún problema o algo que solucionar, aunque no vaya de por medio de algo legal, se va a hacer justicia, que las cosas van a salir a su favor.
Okay, so good news, Scott. Scott, good news. So even if it's not a legal issue, it doesn't have to be a legal issue. It just have to be something that needs resolving. It's gonna go in your favor. You got this, man. The cards do not lie. It's justice will be done in your name, Scott.
Estoy pidiendo más información que me den de la carta de la justicia.
I like how like some of them say scout, other ones say scat, like SCAT. Then some of them are Scott.
Para Scott, para que él pueda saber más datos del significado de la carta de la justicia para él. Ok, tiene que ver algo con redes sociales, tal vez.
Is this from the bitch tank allegations? Might as well be with all the fucking slander people throw my way.
Algo que hayan inventado por ahí que no te guste y sientas que tienes que hacer justicia.
Six of Wands Golem. What she's saying.
O
Go ahead.
quizás él ha andado mucho en la
Yeah,
boca de la
yacht
gente
Oliven.
por algo que no es cierto, pero
Okay, I need to translate that. Sorry, or else I'm gonna forget. So she's saying now that this card also represents gossip. Gossip that has been said about you that is not true. That is not true. This is a slander basically. So this is good because
en algún momento se va a esclarecer que no son ciertas.
because at some point the light is gonna shine through and show the truth and will set you free. That you did not do whatever people are talking about.
He's Scott Sullivan. You're not. The motherfucker.
Scott Sullivan.
Scott
Oh,
Sullivan,
yeah.
no?
Oh,
It had some.
Sancho Sullivan.
damn, Scott Sullivan.
Shut up, bitch.
Show me a Scott for you.
Yo. Este es Scott Sullivan.
Se mira guapo.
Se mira guapo. Pero este creo que es alguien de porno.
See, this Latina is in El Salvador, so any white American she's gonna look at, she's gonna be like, "Oh, he might be able to bring me to America."
Ay, pero entonces ¿quién lo mandó?
¿Se estos?
Nah, hay un montón de
Sí,
personas.
debe ser.
Hay un montón de personas.
Ah, no, ese también es Scott Sullivan.
Oh, you see,
Yeah,
I think this dude was just Googling. I think this dude was just Googling.
A lot of Scott Sullivan.
Él también es Scott Sullivan.
Yeah, that should be it.
Él es Scott Sullivan.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's funny.
Pero la persona que pregunta no es realmente Scott.
Es
No,
su
sí
esposo,
es
digo.
Scott, sí es Scott. Lo que pasa es que él buscó Scott y se le
Scott
dio
Sullivan,
Scott.
ajá,
pues.
entonces me salió eso.
Ajá.
They really thought that porn star was you.
María.
Yeah.
María
Yo me
Méndez.
emocionado porque Scott se miraba bien guapo.
Sí, pero no creo
Oh.
Preséntemelo, le iba a decir yo.
Se la va a robar.
que sea. Necesito los
Scott,
papeles.
Scott, you might have a chance, Scott.
Ok,
Scott,
¿cómo se
you might have
llamaba
a
el
chance.
esposo de la otra chica?
The husband of Anissa is
All right.
called. Can you guys remind me? I lost. Anissa, are you there?
Oh man, that was crazy. Excuse me. I'm trying to think of what to do to close the stream out. It's you know, it's about that time now. It must be surreal seeing this. It's like when you hire Africans on Fiverr to write your name on a board and dance. Honestly, kind of felt that way, where it's like, oh man, that's wild. Like, huh? Oh. So you're gonna win your legal battle, whatever, and be vindicated. I mean, I did have a legal battle recently. It was for what was it for? It was for workers' comp, and I got paid some cash for it. So I mean, if if they if they were about a month and a half to 2 months early, then I would have taken that as a sign, and when it happened, I would have been like, "Whoa, spooky!" But they were a little bit late. They were just a teeny tiny bit late. Just a teeny tiny bit late. But yeah, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. I'll probably cut it off soon. I'm not gonna leave like right this second or anything like that, but I just want to be able to one moment. There we go. All right, cool. I just wanted to be able to what did I want to do? Sorry, I'm like zoning out right now. I'm a little bit tired. Right now. I just wanted to see that before I headed out, you know. The psychic powers of people in South America are slower, just like their internet, baby. One of the people on the Mexican fish tank thinks I'm cute. Except she hasn't actually seen me for real. They pulled up a picture of a porn star, and they were like, "This is Scott," and I guess she called me handsome or something like that. Yeah, that is funny. Man, I'm gonna have to brush up on my Spanish, baby. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I love. If there's one thing I love more than anything, it's getting on my wife's nerves. I absolutely cannot get enough of annoying my wife. It is the most fun thing I could think of. I'm going to do it immediately after this stream, and it's going to be so fun. Oh man. Late tarot card reading. They're on island time. Remember, that is true, Beef of the Taco. And I understand what you're saying now. Hi, Ecuador. That's true. Man, but I think I'm gonna get out of here. All right. Thank you all very much. I gotta figure out what's going on with the Sundays because I have church when I would typically be streaming. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to do late streams all the time on Sundays. So I'm thinking what I'll have to do is I'm thinking I will have to have the stream a little bit earlier in the day, like maybe like 3 or 4 p.m. on Sundays. Or what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to bump it up to Mondays, which I would rather not do, but it's an option. I do like streaming 3 days a week. It is good. I don't want to do it Saturdays unless I have a good reason. Like this coming Saturday, I'm probably going to stream for the Holloway Poirier fight. That's going to be a good fight to stream for. So I'm definitely going to stream for it. But other than that, unless I decide to stream tomorrow or Tuesday, the next stream is going to be Wednesday at around 8:30 or 9 p.m. depending on when I get home. But I just want to say, do you still teach MMA? Do a stream during a session? I wouldn't want to do a stream during a session because that would I don't think other people would be comfortable with that. I could do a stream while I work out or something like that. I suppose that's an option that I have, but it would be a little bit tough. But I could get it done. I could get it done if I wanted to, you know. Ooh. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody. I had a good time tonight. Hope you had a good time. I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.